Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
What is going on? Bearded Air Gunner here to do a side-by-side comparison, review on two compressors that I picked up for the purpose of that. Starting off with the one I found that works the best for me, believe it or not, the Gxe Cs3. 4500 PSI, max fill, auto shutoff, portable. You can use it on a car battery, vehicle running obviously, or in home, which is where I primarily fill my air guns as it is. The other one is the spiritech. Portable, 4500 PSI, max fill, pressure, single fan, dual fan, portable. Not so easy to use externally, I have found, with a car versus this one. This you can actually set in the engine bay of a vehicle. Not have much of an issue with it wanting to fall over or be babysat so much. This one, I'm not one for setting things on top of my motor so much, so this one didn't work as well as I wanted it to on portability use. But all in all, they both work very well. They're both rather quiet for an indoor compressor. 8 to 12 minutes to fill up to 4500 PSI. About 18 to 20 minutes to get 4500 PSI. So if it was up to me as to which one I would be using the most, well, it's the one that I already use the most. I'm going to stay with my Gxe any day of the week. No complaints as of yet with failures. I did notice that it is a little hard to start when it is already hooked up, even with the valve open. Fan's rather loud comparatively. Also slow starting, which I have noticed. And if I want to keep it going, I got to put an external fan in the area to keep airflow to it, to keep it from trying to overheat while it's running. Beyond that, like I said, slow down issues because it draws a lot of power. Temperature gauge is already saying 246, which is no good. Whereas in with the Gxe, simply turn it on. Fan's a little quieter than this one, by far. It's not one fan, it's two. The pressure doesn't slow either one of them down. On-off switch in the back, lead valve in the back. Built-in water-air separator, oil separator as we call it. Like I said, primarily gets most use for me. Not condemning the spiritech. It obviously works rather well for what it's designed to do. This just for me personally is more versatile. I can actually leave with this one. I can go sit out in the woods and hunt. I can set it in my son's vehicle with me if we go out to go do any shooting or anything like that. But again, as I said, comparatively no complaints for what they work for. Just on a personal level, this is the one that I'm going to stick with. This one's probably going to get rehomed, probably going to go over and stay at my son's place for permanent use over there because I've got plenty of compressors. My GX3, I got my Yonghang, I've got a Hot Sun, and a spiritech. 4 compressors, 12 guns. Kind of overkill. But again, personal opinion on these. Would I recommend them? Yeah, definitely would recommend them. Which one would I recommend first and foremost? It's gonna be my go-to right here. Just for the simple fact that I feel more comfortable with it. Like I said, it's easier to transport. It fills quicker. The gauge is very accurate. So if you set it at 4,500 psi, it shuts off at 4,500 psi. There's no draw on power when it shuts it off. It just clicks. It's done. This one has kicked the breaker on my house twice in use while shutting off, but I can't really compare that to much of, you know, negatively, because my young Heng does it every single time. Old house, light power. So not master switch compliant. This one has no problem with it, because once it hits its pressure that it's set to, it just shuts the compressor off. When you bleed it, make sure you have it off of any surface that you don't want getting wet, because the air bleed is on the bottom right here, and it will put moisture down on the table. This one, you primarily have to rely on an inline filtration system setup. Like I said, not upset with either one of them. I would definitely say, for the money, they are by far worth it. I'm not a guy that can go out and spend $1,000 on a compressor right now. So I went and spent about $860, and I got 2 compressors. You know, so I mean, as I said before, not bad at all. 8-12 minutes fill, 12 to 15, depending on how much I've already been shooting. 20 minutes. If I use it more than twice in a session, then you're looking at 30 minutes, which means that you're going to fill for 20, you're going to shut it down, you're going to let the fans run for 20 so it can cool off, and then you can continue to fill for the additional 10 if it takes it. Don't have to worry about it with this one. Once it fills, leave the fans running for about 10 minutes, you can shut it off, it's good to go. No problems with it overheating. No problems with it acting, you know, sluggish or anything else of that nature once it's been used. So, like I said, my opinion. I've had them both for about 2 months, and I've had no issues like I've seen people complain about, where the fans just don't come on, or just the fan comes on, the compressor doesn't work. I've used the hell out of it, and I've had no issues. Just slower fill times. That's it. But man, this one here, nope, no issues, no problems, none whatsoever. Not the first one, better knock on wood. I've gotten very lucky. The recommendation to get this one actually came from a good friend of mine, Chris. It's the one he says he uses on all of his big board. So I've used this one exclusively for my FX and for my AEA and 357. Perfect. It's quiet. My wife doesn't hear it when I turn it on. When I'm airing up guns, it doesn't disturb the whole house. You can hear this one upstairs. Then again, like I said, old house. Fan is slightly louder than both fans on this one, and yet still both of them are much quieter than my young Heng. And even the Hot Sun, which is, it's an old compressor. So, but with that being said, I'm the Bearded Air Gunner, and I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you want, and share if this information is beneficial to you or to anybody else that you may know. Thanks for your time. You guys have a wonderful day. Happy shooting, and stay safe.
It's a Sparta. Gorgeous bird. bro. Sniper X.